11 things that make you catabolize and lose muscle mass. When it comes to gaining muscle mass, many people think that just working out every day and not overindulging in junk food is enough. But did you know that besides training and diet, other habits can also sabotage your muscle gains? Exactly. Think about it with me. If you usually train for 1 hour a day, 5 times a week, by the end of a year, you'll have accumulated about 240 hours in the gym. It's discouraging to think that all that effort could be wasted because of small daily mistakes that could easily be avoided. That's why today we're going to list and explain 11 common habits that many people have that cause catabolism and muscle loss. Pay close attention until the end because I'm sure you're guilty of number 7. Number 1. Prolonged calorie deficit. A calorie deficit typically occurs when someone wants to lose fat and decides to consume fewer calories than their body needs to maintain daily functions and physical activity. However, a common mistake is extending this process for too long. When the body doesn't get enough energy from food, it starts looking for internal sources to make up for the shortfall. First, the body uses glycogen stored in the muscles and liver. After these reserves are depleted, it turns to accumulated fat as an energy source. However, if the calorie deficit continues and the body still doesn't get the energy it needs, it starts breaking down muscle proteins. This leads to muscle mass loss, which can result in reduced strength and physical performance. Additionally, losing muscle can lower basal metabolic rate, as muscle mass burns more energy at rest. Prolonged muscle degradation also increases the risk of injuries and hampers recovery after workouts. Number 2. Excessive aerobic exercise. While aerobic exercise is important for heart health and weight management, an imbalance between energy demands and nutrient intake can result in muscle loss. During intense and prolonged aerobic activities, such as long-distance running or endurance cycling, the body requires a significant amount of energy. If nutrient intake, especially carbohydrates, is insufficient, the body may start using muscle proteins as an energy source. This process, known as muscle catabolism, can lead to muscle mass loss over time. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology examined the effects of prolonged aerobic training on muscle protein synthesis, and the results indicated that extended aerobic exercise can increase muscle protein breakdown in individuals with low carbohydrate intake. Number 3. Nutritional deficiencies. A lack of essential nutrients compromises the processes necessary for maintaining, repairing, and growing muscles. Proper nutrition is crucial to providing the body with the materials it needs to rebuild and repair tissues, including muscles. When there are nutrient deficiencies, these processes are impaired, leading to muscle degradation. For instance, someone with a diet low in protein and deficient in essential vitamins and minerals may experience a significant decrease in muscle mass over time. Without an adequate amount of protein, the body cannot efficiently repair and build muscles. If carbohydrate intake is insufficient, the body may resort to breaking down muscle proteins for energy, further accelerating muscle loss, as mentioned earlier. Additionally, a lack of vitamin D and calcium can weaken muscles and increase the risk of injuries, which can lead to further muscle loss due to forced inactivity. Number 4. Lack of adequate sleep. During sleep, especially in its deeper stages, essential processes occur to repair muscle tissues damaged during workouts. Hormones like growth hormone and testosterone are released in higher quantities during this time, promoting protein synthesis and muscle regeneration. When sleep is inadequate, the release of these anabolic hormones decreases, impairing the body's ability to repair and build new muscles. Moreover, sleep deprivation negatively affects insulin sensitivity, making it harder for muscle cells to absorb nutrients. This compromises the efficiency of protein synthesis and glycogen replenishment, both critical for recovery and physical performance. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that sleep deprivation can decrease protein synthesis and increase muscle breakdown. Sleep-deprived participants exhibited reduced muscle protein synthesis and higher cortisol levels compared to those who had adequate sleep. These findings indicate that lack of sleep can seriously hinder both muscle recovery and growth. Number 5. Low protein intake. Muscle building depends primarily on proteins, which are the fundamental components for this process. Ignoring their importance is like trying to build a house without bricks. A lack of protein in the diet not only hinders muscle growth, but can also lead to catabolism, where the body uses its own muscle mass as an energy source. It's essential to ensure that your diet provides a sufficient amount of quality protein, such as lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, and legumes. If hitting your daily target is challenging, consider adding protein shakes to your routine. Without an adequate amount of protein, your muscles won't be able to grow to their full potential. Ideally, you should consume about 0.9 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. For example, if you weigh 176 pounds, your ideal intake would be around 158 grams of protein per day. For reference, one medium egg contains about 6 to 8 grams of protein, and 3.5 ounces of chicken breast provides roughly 25 grams. Therefore, weighing your food is crucial. Number 6. Overtraining. During weight training, especially with heavy loads and high volumes, small tears occur in the muscle fibers. These microtears are a natural part of the muscle growth process, as the body repairs and strengthens the muscles, making them bigger and stronger. However, when muscles are subjected to intense training too frequently without adequate recovery time, these microtears accumulate without proper repair. This can lead to chronic muscle fatigue, preventing full recovery between training sessions. Overtraining not only hinders your gains but can also lead to catabolism. It's like trying to run a marathon without rest. Eventually, you'll collapse. To avoid this, balance your workouts with sufficient rest, vary your routine, include strength and flexibility exercises, and pay attention to your body's signals. Persistent pain and fatigue are warning signs. Remember, quality is more important than quantity. Train with intensity and consistency, but also with intelligence and moderation to avoid catabolism. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel because anyone can go to the gym, but having the right information is what will guide you in the best direction, keeping your body fit and healthy for years to come. Number 7. Excessive stress. Chronic stress, characterized by elevated and prolonged levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, can have significant effects on the body, including muscle loss. When the body experiences stress, whether physical or emotional, cortisol levels rise. This hormone plays an important role in regulating metabolism and the stress response. Since cortisol is catabolic, it promotes the breakdown of proteins, including those in muscles, to generate energy in situations of prolonged stress. This mechanism is part of the body's fight or flight response, designed to provide quick energy during emergencies. However, when stress becomes chronic and cortisol levels remain elevated for extended periods, it can lead to continuous muscle tissue degradation. Additionally, chronic stress can negatively impact other factors that influence muscle health. It can interfere with sleep quality, leading to sleep deprivation, which compromises muscle recovery. Constant stress can also disrupt appetite and eating habits. Many people tend to eat more or less than usual when stressed, causing imbalances in the intake of essential nutrients needed to maintain muscle mass. Number 8. Ignoring post-workout rest. During exercise, especially strength training and high-intensity activities, small tears occur in the muscle fibers. The rest period is crucial for the body to repair these tears and strengthen the muscles in a process called hypertrophy. Without adequate rest, these microtears can accumulate, leaving the muscles constantly damaged without the chance to recover and grow. Muscle protein synthesis, the process by which muscles repair and build new fibers after exercise, also depends on this rest period. Ignoring recovery time prevents the body from entering an anabolic state, where protein synthesis surpasses degradation, ultimately leading to muscle loss. A lack of rest causes muscle and overall fatigue, reducing performance in subsequent workouts. Training with fatigued muscles increases the risk of injuries and can lead to further catabolism due to overexertion on already damaged muscles. Moreover, intense training without proper rest can weaken the immune system. With a compromised immune system, the body cannot effectively address muscle microtears and inflammation, further delaying recovery and increasing the risk of muscle loss. Number 9. Dehydration. Inadequate hydration can contribute to catabolism and muscle loss due to the critical role water plays in various vital bodily functions. Water is essential for nearly all physiological processes, including body temperature regulation, nutrient transport, and the elimination of metabolic waste. During exercise, especially high-intensity activities, the body loses water through sweat to maintain its temperature. If fluids are not adequately replenished, dehydration can occur, negatively affecting muscle function. Dehydration can lead to quicker muscle fatigue, reduced strength and endurance, and an increased risk of injury. Additionally, water plays a fundamental role in muscle protein synthesis. Staying well hydrated supports cellular function and regulates metabolic processes, including protein synthesis. A lack of water can impair these processes, hindering the body's ability to repair and build muscles. For instance, an athlete who fails to hydrate properly during exercise may experience decreased physical performance and slower muscle recovery. Dehydration accelerates fatigue during workouts, compromising exercise quality, and over time can lead to muscle mass loss. To determine your ideal daily water intake, it's recommended to consume between 0.5 and 0.8 ounces per pound of body weight. For example, if you weigh 176 pounds, you should aim to drink between 85 and 140 ounces of water daily. Number 10. Excessive alcohol consumption. There's no point in consuming the ideal amount of protein if you're constantly harming your body with alcohol consumption. Alcohol directly interferes with muscle protein synthesis, which is essential for repairing and promoting muscle fiber growth after training. Moreover, it hinders muscle recovery and contributes to dehydration, both critical for maintaining muscle health. In large amounts, alcohol can inhibit protein synthesis by disrupting the signaling of anabolic pathways in the body. It also increases cortisol production, a hormone that, as mentioned earlier, promotes muscle protein breakdown. Alcohol negatively impacts sleep quality, a crucial time for muscle recovery, and reduces the release of growth hormones at night, which are vital for repairing muscle tissues damaged by training. Additionally, alcohol acts as a diuretic, increasing fluid loss and leading to dehydration. Dehydration impairs the transport of nutrients and the removal of metabolic waste from muscle cells, delaying recovery and increasing the risk of injuries. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology examined the impact of alcohol consumption after resistance exercise and found that alcohol significantly reduces post-exercise muscle protein synthesis, impairing both recovery and muscle adaptation. Number 11. Aging and sarcopenia. As we age, a gradual loss of muscle mass occurs, known as sarcopenia, which begins after the age of 30 and intensifies after 60. This condition leads to reduced muscle strength and functionality, increasing the risk of falls and mobility issues. Sarcopenia happens due to decreased protein synthesis, lower levels of anabolic hormones, reduced physical activity, and neuromuscular changes, such as the loss of motor units. If you want to learn how to reverse this process of muscle loss caused by sarcopenia, a condition that affects nearly 90% of men over 50, we recommend watching the video now appearing on your screen, where we discuss the best ways to combat sarcopenia. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you, my friend.